we have here? Well, this is a rare and unusual beast indeed. It is a Martin E18, which is one of Martin's foray into the solid-bodied world in 1978 to 82, I think they made these things. And I believe they only made about 600 of these, or 650 of these. It's a bit of a strange beast. So you've got this offset body that's, well, it almost looks like somebody doodled it. And then the headstock, which is a callback to the original Martin headstocks in the very, very early days of the company. This is more like an old European style headstock from the 19th century. Now this is one of a type of guitars that they call the hippie sandwich, because there was this brief period in the late 1970s when the guitar manufacturers collectively were labouring under the misapprehension that everybody wanted to be Jerry Garcia. And they all started making these neck-through body construction guitars with exotic wood combinations and all sorts of laminates and things going on. Sort of started off by Alembic. Now this is actually aping the cosmetics of that style of construction, because although it looks like it might well be a neck-through body, it is in fact a set neck. So if I bring the thing in and look closely, that is actually a set-in neck, and the body itself is maple with, I think, walnut strips here to give that cosmetic appearance, and then it's got a set-in mahogany neck and rosewood fingerboard. They made two solid body guitars in this era. There were the E18, which is this one, and the EM18, and the only differences between them were the pickups and the circuitry. Now, this being the E18, it's got two Mighty Mite humbuckers. Mighty Mite were one of that series of companies that sprang up in the 70s doing replacement parts. This was the era of brass everything, so this is brass nut. You can't get more late 70s than a brass nut. The whole idea was sustain, 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 put brass everywhere, make your guitar as heavy as possible. No wonder we've all got bad backs. So it's got a 3-way pickup selector, and then here, now you might think that it'd be a coil tap switch, this tiny little switch here, but what it actually is, and I'll go onto the clean channel now so you can hear some tones. What it actually is a phase reversal switch. So you see it suddenly goes, the combination setting suddenly goes a lot brighter, and then if you turn one of the volumes down just a little bit, it all comes back again. That's because they're out of phase and the two pickups are cancelling each other out. Some of the frequencies from the two pickups are cancelling each other out in accordance with the principle of superposition. And if you can't remember that, go back and look at your O-level physics notes. Right. Like I say, it's a maple body, but they don't seem to have taken that much care and attention in selecting the woods. You can see the top wing is a really flamey piece of maple, but the bottom wing is really plain Jane. But it's all quite strange, really. I don't quite know the effect they were going for. Anyhow, let's turn that off. Get the full pickup back. And that switch has absolutely no effect when you're on when you're on the neck pickup. When you're on the bridge pickup, because obviously the phase reversal seems to be on the bridge pickup circuit, it's just swapping the phase of that pickup. You get a momentary off as it's flipping from one phase to another. So you can actually use it almost like a manually operated tremolo. Yeah. Only do that for silliness though. Oh, while I'm at it, I might as well run through the tones on this thing. So here we go. A minor chord, clean amp, neck pickup. pickups together. Both pickups together, phase reversed. And bridge pickup. When people ask me what this guitar sounds like, I just say it sounds like the world's biggest Telecaster. Because with all this maple and the Mighty Mite pickups, it sounds pretty bright. Okay, let's run through some crunch tones then. So back to the neck pickup. Both pickups together. Normal phase. Both pickups together, phase reversed. And bridge pickup. Now when you've got the distortion on, this is almost where the phase reverse starts to make a little bit of sense. You've almost got that Peter Green type out of phase tone that his guitar famously had as a result of someone taking the pickups for pieces to clean them and putting them back together wrong. Oh really, not what to say about it. I bought this guitar as a collector. It appeared on a local Facebook group being sold by a local guitar dealer, and the price was right, and I thought I just cannot pass up the chance to get something as rare and unusual as this instrument. So I went for it. It's had a few weird things done to it over the years. I mean, it's obviously had a stick-on scratch plate someone's put on aftermarket, which has resulted in part of the body not fading, or rather not darkening with age as much as the rest of the body. It was missing a tip on the pickup selector, but I managed to find one that was sufficiently aged looking that it almost matches in with the rest of the guitar. And oh yeah, and it's got another quirk of the 70s, a badass bridge, a Leo Kwan badass. So it's a wraparound bridge, but with intonation adjustment on it. And of course, for that extra little bit of 70s-ness, you've got a brass truss rod cover. Like I say, brass with everything. I remember a friend of mine, and around that era, taking a 1972 Strat and gutting it, stripping all the finish off, putting on a brass nut, all brass vintage style whammy bar and bridge assembly, and a brass scratch plate which was routed or cut out for a single humbucker, in which he installed a DiMarzio Super Distortion. That's why older guitars in unmolested conditions are quite difficult to get hold of, because we were doing all sorts of stupid stuff in the late 70s. Eddie Van Halen had a lot to answer for. Alright, well, there we go. It's a Martin E18, and from what I gather by looking at the serial numbers, this one was probably made in about 1980 or 1981. I have got the original hardshell case with it, but it's absolutely smashed. It's held together with gaffer tape. Alright then, I'll see you tomorrow.